Let's look at these here patch notes. We interrupt your regular scheduled programming for an update out of Korea. New boss level 250 equipment details and more balancing went live today in the test server of Korea Tespia. So again, it's not detail. It's detailed, but it's not super detailed. It's not live yet. So all of this is tentatively in Korea now. But most of this, minor tweaks and alterations there will still go into the live server. I think the schedule is by next week, if I'm not mistaken. I think that we had that picture in the beginning of this one, right? Where it shows like the release schedule. Nice. Make sure you don't open, because we're gonna be clipping this. Now just forget how to open. There we go. Where's Kalos? Here. Feb 24th. Yeah. So that's scheduled for next week, together with the Ethernal equipment set. Yeah. All right. Let's go through that. A week before the official server patch, Testworld has been updated. Oh, well, it already said that in the first line. I don't know why I try to do this. Max already knows that I'm going to say that, so he already puts it in there. Thank you, Max, for looking out for me, dude. It's area of the tower that never stops Karot. Kakarot. As well as the new level 250 Ethernal equipment and more job balancing. Project World is not a new level 275 area. RIP. That's a big rip, actually. It's only a small storyline addition to Hotel Arcus at level 270, and it does not have a new authentic symbol or any new monster maps. But it does tease the next area in Grandis, which will be called Odium. Is it like Copium? And then less than a few error fixes at a later time, since I'm busy playing Lost Ark. Fucking Max. That game got everyone. Okay. So this is almost everything. When he... I guess he got out of his queue for Lost Ark, so he started playing Lost Ark. Next on sending us hidden messages. No, this is not next on official, right? Okay. Overview: Tower, memes, dreams. Tower never stops. Karot. All right, give us the Karot music. Not too loud, please. The tower that never stops, except in the minimap where it stops right there. With the shiny Pokemon on top. Anyone else remember that one tower that was like in the water, and then they climbed to the top, and then there was like a legendary Pokemon on top? Sky Pillar, hell yeah. Hey, it's that robot guy. Wow, and right next to him, he's like completely unmasked. The illusion immediately shattered. Okay, we got some Cygnus characters in there. He's got pink eyes, of course. Most common eye color in the video game. I think this person also has it. We got some storyline pictures here. Oh boy. Mighty Big Fall. Okay. Right, other song. Preparation for breakthrough. So a lot of extra maps here. Training maps question mark? Oh my god, that's a lot of monsters on one map. This sucks. There's a bunch of empty plats. Same thing for this one. Too vertical. This map looks pretty sexy though. That's a lot of spawn locations. Plus almost every single map has a monster on it. There's only one little guy here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12 spawn locations on the bottom. Oof. Okay. Okay, we got some more storyline here. Oh. T-Boy flying around. Oh, anglerfish. Oh. This guy. Oh, it's the Von Leon wannabe guy. Billiam, what are you doing there? Watcher Carlos. General info. At the end of the tower that never stops. That's a weird sentence. Encountered Watcher Kalos. Defeat the powerful Carlos and test your strength. Test your strength. Okay. Participants carry level 270 or higher who have completed the 5th job advancement and the coverage. Imagine getting to 270 and being like, ah, shit, I didn't do 5th job. I can't join, guys. Sorry. How the fuck do you get to 270 without 5th job, though? Like, you can't even get into Arcane River. Why is that requirement in there? Just be racist against beginners. What about that one perma beginner at 270? Imagine. A lot of growth bots? Man, how many growth bots to get to 270? 2.1. Yeah, the HP looks like it's nothing, right? 2.1 bill, but that's because it's just placeholder numbers. We don't know the exact numbers yet. So 330 defense, 380 defense. Those are actual numbers. Phase 1 is 275 and requires 250 authentic force. For people who want to do the maths, that's a fuck ton, and your damage reduction is a shitload. And then phase 2, level 2 is level 280 and has 380 defense and requires 300 authentic force, which basically means that we're royally screwed. This is fucking crazy. There have to be alternate sources. Does he look like a tiger here a little bit? I guess he's kind of like a mecha tiger, right? Makes sense, I guess. Although this is not like, you know, it's more like his chin bones. Oh, phase 1 music? Spooky eyes? Ooh, that's a transition when you walk in, right? He's got some groovy skills. He's got some missiles. He's an actual mecha. He's got some eye lasers. He's actually Von Leon on steroids. Oh, here he poops 2 bombs out of his shoulders. Okay. Looks pretty... He looks pretty juiced up. Not a dog? Would you call it more a mechanical dog? I know, it's got like a swirly tail. Makes me feel more feline than dog-like. El Tigre. Yeah. Literally a dog. Oh. This one? Maybe later. Spooky eye lasers. Oh, he does some more spooky attacks later. Okay, spookier music. It's getting a bit more serious here. Very different art style, right? We talked about. Wait, there's platforms in the maps? Oh god. CZAC Phase 2 flashbacks. Does the colors have a pattern? Like a wave button. Here's some Phase 2 attacks. The laser is slightly empowered. He appears to be not so chill anymore. Also phases in and out of dimensions. His missile attack slightly been improved here. And now the one where he phases back in. Oh no, that's the next one. Will this patch make leveling before 270 easier? Not based on anything we've seen so far. Purposeful sneeze attack. Rewards. The following items have been added. Remains of Kalos' will and Kalos' soul fragment. Oh my god, there's a soul for this guy? Look at that. Imagine having this floating over your head. Bruh. One of the story images. He's got a bone necklace. I see. This is a dog, by the way. Yeah. So this is the first boss with a soul after Will, right? No, after, well, I mean, since the release of Darknell? After Will, it's only Darknell and Varishilla that have one. Slime didn't get one. Gloom didn't get one. Black Mage didn't get one. Saren didn't get one. A bunch of them got skipped there. Toad? Toad doesn't have one, right? I guess Toad existed earlier, he just got, like, revamped a little bit, no? Watcher's Roar. Is that an attack? Oh god. Consumes 200 soul, deals 1,000, 1,200% damage 4 times and up to 15 enemies, cooldown of 30 seconds. Oh no, an AoE? It's not even... Is it not even a summon? The regular one? You have to have the magnificent one to have a summon. Summon Kalos for 120 seconds with a cooldown of 15 seconds. What the fuck? That's a short cooldown for a summon. Okay. I guess we'll have to know if he's stationary or not. Probably not. You think they missed a 0? Probably, right? Because I think usually a 120 to 150, I think, is the normal downtime. I think. Call me again when hitting bosses charges the soul and soul damage does anything. Yeah, it's really weird to me that attacking a boss... Because all skills that have something like kill X amount of monsters have the caveat that when you're fighting bosses, like, or hit boss X amount of times. Because they realize that otherwise it's completely useless on bosses. But somehow for souls they've been like... Nah, let's keep it completely useless in boss fights. No, okay. Thanks, cool. Ethernal equipment. Alright. Chat, how we feeling? And let's not pretend like the goal of NX equips... Sorry, the goal of equips... I just gave away the punchline. The goal of equips in MapleStory isn't to cover them up with NX, okay? Because that is 100% the goal. Now, the million yards blue beady-eyed stare. Okay, I'm gonna say, as always, the warrior hat is absolutely atrocious. I'm not digging the thief hat. I think the archer hat might be the coolest piece of equipment I've seen so far. This thing looks really cool in my opinion. I'm not sure about the pirate hat. I mean, they've all got their symbol. I think that's kind of cool. It's weird how the top and bottom somehow got less detailed than CRA. I mean, I guess you only have like 8x8 pixels to work with because the torso of a MapleStory character is smaller than their hands. So that's kind of dug their own grave on that one. Okay, warrior set in total. I like the top. Everything else is kind of eh. The mage one is okay, honestly. The little thing here, like you're at a carnival ride trying to like grab the, like. All of them have it, but then warrior doesn't, because they've got like a metal hat or something, and everyone else is like a foldable ones. I mean, people, yeah. The archer set, it's nothing special. I'm kind of disappointed. It's like it's nothing special, right? Made it look cooler with shoes and pants and other stuff on, but like torso smaller and hands, pretty much, right? Because like, look at the top. The top is like, the clothes make it wider than the actual torso is. Look at the size of the hand, and then look at the size of the whole torso. It's like the same dimensions. Yeah, it feels pretty vanilla, right? Like, I like the color theming of it. Like, they got the black here, they got the purple here, the green here, the blue here, the red here. Like, I like the color theming. I like the idea behind it, and they're trying to make it like royal, but you have to make it look cooler somehow than arcane gear, right? Okay, chat. What is the worst piece out of all of this? I would say it might be because of the hair, but I totally don't like the thief hat either. But I'd say the worst is either the warrior hat or the warrior pants, I think. And then it would be the thief hat for me. That would be like the top 3 worst. No shoes? There's only 3 pieces coming out with Kalos. I mean, and it's going to be like a year before people have enough sacred power to even attack it. And then it's going to take like months to get those pieces after that, right? So you like the thief hat? Okay. Honestly, if you can make it work into a set, then, you know, that's great. Also, it kind of looks like the archer top has a hoodie or something going on. As always, pirate is kind of like, it's not the worst, but it's not great. It's got like a giant feather here, but because of the color scheme, it barely stands out. I think the feather is a nice touch, though. Mage hat. The mage hats just keep getting bigger and bigger. Eventually, it'll be a fucking sombrero that everyone else can stand under if it's raining. They reuse the CRA asset, pretty sure. You think the top for the warrior is like CRA-ish? Or do you think they like drew inspiration from the CRA pieces? That's possible. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. These pirate pants look like level 60 warrior. Level 60 warrior pants. But I like the edge here in the pirate hat, and then into the. Maybe this diamond thing is a little bit in a weird position, but other than that, I would say that I like the archer hat the best. I think that's like the coolest piece. Very prominent, very well designed. I like that one. Okay, let's see the. Can we see the stats of the thing? Yeah, matches. I think the hat that you're thinking of is the Von Leon helmet. It's kind of... Is this the most zoomed in you can get? Oh. It's kind of like this one, no? A little bit. I mean, to be fair, the Fafnir, is it Royal Warrior Helmet? Is that a name? This one is kind of like it, a little bit. But then this one's got the feather, but yeah. That's like something you just want to... Where that's just so fuggly, yeah. This is why you get NX, just cover it up. I mean, if it's 250, you'd want to show it off. So it's got 80, oh. Okay, why does it have good resolution and then it loses it? Stop. Why do you do that? Okay, so it's 80 base stats. Is that 15 IED? 10 attack? 11 slots. Is that's higher than CRA as well, right? The extra slots? Is it like 8 or 9 slots now? How many slots is CRA? Because for that's the most important thing for non-reboot as well, right? Because they're getting more ways of upgrading that shit. And more ways of messing it up. 13 is normal with hammers? Alright. So we're looking for 2,500 HP and MP. 40, I guess, weapon and magic attack, right? On the 2 set. And then 10% fucking boss damage, I'm guessing? Is it just 10%, 10%, 10% on boss damage? Is that it? And then 15% HP and MP on a 4 set? Bruh. What is... This is so disappointing. What does this even do anything? That's a lot of attack. 120 attack. Yeah, I guess 40, 40, 40 is big. How much is Arcane right now? Isn't Arcane like 25, 35, 40 or something like that? I think it's that much more. I think it's mainly the base stat, right? The 80-80. That's big. Because CRA is, what is it, 35? 30. Right? So 50 more base stat. That's pretty big. Plus, because it's 250, you're gonna get a lot of stat up to 15, and then past 15, you're gonna start with a lot more attack as well. Yeah. New potential tier? Yeah, for for them, not for us. We already have it. Check the hat. Check my hat. Oh, 40 is on the hat. Oh yeah, my bad. And then these are 30. Okay, okay. So these are like 70. Oh, these are 50 only? Oh. Oh. So the hat gets 40 extra, but the top and bottom get 20 extra? Eesh. Dude, what? Okay. Power creep and everything, sure. But how the fuck is a level 250 piece that's gonna be this much work? How is the base attack on a 6 weapon attack? 6. You might as well give it 0 and then just be like, it all comes from the... Like... It's gonna be like a base attack 6 plus 120 or something. It's like, why even give it any at that point? Why not just... Why doesn't it start with like 15 or 20? Wait, and it keeps 5% IED on the top and the bottom? Really? The same as CRA? It's only 5% extra on the top. It goes from 10.55 on CRA to 15.55 on level 250 gear. Bro. Attack not ID? Yeah, 30 ID would be too broken. These base stats? I know if you look at the Star Force stats, like how good they can get, it's gonna get pretty wild. But like the base stats and the set bonus do not... oh yeah, because I was thinking here. So here you're at 11, but here you're at 7. This is like nothing special. Years of work for 2 attack. The main thing is going to be once you get these pieces to 19 or something, it's going to be really, really wild. Because it's level 250. The extra stats and attack you get just from, like the flames are going to be pretty crazy, because you're going from level 200 to 250, right? Because it's going to be like, score, where's my video? Where's my video?
Hey there.
Hey there. What's up, dude? Who's this guy? All possible finals. So if you get like a strength flame on a level 250 tier, bro. Oh god, tier 7 is 91 by itself. That's 12 extra. That's not too crazy. How are the flats? How are the doubles doing? Oh, you're going to tier up here on the 42. Yeah, it's not too crazy. It's not too crazy. Not this one. Okay. So 250 are untradeable upon being equipped, of course, but you can be traded with the P-Sock. Don't let one find the P-Sock. The hat gives 80 main, 15 ID. Wait, 15? Wait, did we miss? Wait, what? 15% defense ignore? No, it looked like a 5 to me. If it's gonna be 15 all, then I can see that. But it's looking like 5s to me. So there's all the pieces they added, and then this is the Ethernal equipment will can be obtained by defeating Kalos and collecting 10 remains of Kalos' will, and using them to choose one of the top hat bottom items. Okay. 15 would be nuts, especially for Korea, yeah, who's like scrambling to try to get all of the IED they can from stuff like the 7 days of the week badge and metal set bonus and stuff. So 10 pieces. The Ethernal set has the following set effect: 4 pieces and the Genesis weapon. Yeah, I gotta get that 600 defense in there in 2022. Very relevant. As I mentioned in Destiny Live Talk, we have added the Ethernal equipment's hat top and bottom, which can be acquired from Kalos in addition to make the provision of the equipment faster. And the cycle we talked about before, Kalos will drop the remains of Kalos will at 100% rate as individual rewards. And after you collect 10 of them, you can trade them in for one of the Ethernal hat top bottom items. Set effects for the parts that can be acquired in this update have been added up to 4. And the set effect for 5 and more parts will be added when the new pieces of the set are added. Also considering that when changing from Root Abyss set to Ethernal set, players could no longer receive the 10% max HP MP from the 3 set effect of the Root Abyss set, we have moved the 15% HP MP stat from the previous 6 set effect of Eternal to the 4 set effect. Okay, so a guaranteed 1 drop, and you need 10 pieces for 1. So that will be, if it's a weekly, that will be 30 weeks of running, 30 weeks of clearing to get the full 3 set. So you're gonna have like one person getting like quite lucky and actually hitting some 21s. But that's better. What were people saying before? Where if everyone funneled their pieces into one person, it would take 6 months for one person to get 1 piece. So we went from that to it taking 6 months, basically, for every single person to get the whole set in a whole party. So we like 6x'd the rewards. It doesn't seem like a... That seems way more doable. It's still a lot of work though. And the main problem, honestly, isn't how long, like how many clears you need to do. The main problem is the sacred power. 10 weeks per extra after booming. Yeah, we hold on to that trace. Honestly though, that feels really bad and that sounds like a lot, but 10 weeks of extra running for a guarantee, that is like the amount of improvement that is from the pitch boss rates is like where do I sign? If you tell me 20 weeks and you can get a guaranteed pitch boss, I will sign immediately. Because I'm on 2 drops, now, in like a combined 300 clears, combined 400 clears. Like, where do I sign? Then boom to pitch boss. I would still sign for it. Anything is better than now. I'd actually run to Nebber's bosses? Yeah, like, holy shit. Exactly, Superclaw. So, in light of that, just knowing, right? Just knowing that it's going to be there. Okay, so that's all the Kalos stuff and the pieces. So, those are the rates now, I guess, in the test server. As mentioned in the previous Adventure Remaster update, we have made additional numerical adjustments and structural error fixes for most jobs based on the data we looked at after the update. Certain Remastered Adventures skill became much more effective than we intended, and we inevitably had to slightly nerf them. Ooh. Since the range of changes was so big, we will continue to adjust the adventure jobs more quickly than other jobs for a while. Honestly, they did a lot of changes to a lot of other classes too, but we ask for your understanding. For the remaining jobs, we made additional combat performances, buffs, and structural adjustments. Numerical changes were set to a maximum of around 10%. As mentioned in previous developer notes, the combat performance adjustment work will be carried out steadily and continuously, with the adjustment range being set as conservatively as possible to prevent sudden changes. We hope that these skill improvements will give players a more enjoyable combat experience than before. We will do our best to show a more complete look. Alright, let's see what they did. Hero weapon acceleration strength boost has been increased from 10 to 20. Fucking hero gets buffed every time. What is it? It's 10. Okay, 10 strength. Paladin Blessing Armor skill will no longer be affected by skill effect transparency. Okay. Reincarnation skill. Beholder's Revenge damage has been increased from 182 to 255. Boss damage has been improved from 10 to 15. And the damage has been increased from 125 to 235 at level 25. Jesus, that's almost doubled. Okay. So when they're talking about nerfing explorers, they're not talking about the heroes, I guess. Buff hero, you cowards. Adventure mages. Infinity skill will no longer be affected by effect transparency. Where is it? Active. Say what memorize. The cooldown has been decreased from 360 seconds to 350. That's too OP. They can't do that. They can't decrease the cooldown from 360 to 355. They just broke the whole class. The rates and percentages of the cooldown reduction have been changed. When you use Unstable Memorize but fail to use the activated skill, Unstable Memorize's cooldown will now be reset. Okay. 1% chance of 20% reduction, 5% went to 6%. Okay, wait, what did they do? God, who came up with all of this, dude? Which fucking nerd has got some spreadsheet? It's got some beautiful chart going on. Wait, 1% chance of 80% reduction went to 5% chance of 50% reduction. Wait, so the highest chance of production is now 65 instead of a small chance of being 80. So they probably just like smoothed out the extremes a little bit, the outliers. When memory choice is activated and you use the number keys to select the skill, continuous input of the number keys will now be ignored for a short period of time. Previous Adventure Remaster update, Unstable Memorize has changed to activate a fixed skill and have its cooldown decreased based on a certain rate. This was done to remove the negative experiences when an unwanted skill was selected. Well, it's called Unstable Memory for a reason, no? To prove the structural problem where you had to input the skill frequently, even in complex combat situations. Only if you want to min-max. We achieved our goals above through the structural changes. However, in this process, the difficulty of maintaining infinity became much lower than before. Duh. And as a result, Adventure Magician's overall combat performance became excessively higher than we intended. Really. You couldn't have seen that coming. That unstable memory was only going to be used to give them infinity. This is kind of the problem, though, is you want to be able to give people like an ability to get them some more tools in certain situations, and what will happen is one pick will just become meta, and everyone's just expected to do that, and then that is what you have to scale around. That's what you have to nerf for and balance for, because if you don't, then people who do that are going to be too strong for the content. But then basically what you do by nerfing the whole ability around that, is that all the other possibilities of what you could do with the skill now come to become even more useless. And now if you're not using the thing that's the best scenario, you're actually shooting yourself in the foot. And that's kind of like what all of the balancing problems with Phantom is. Because it's like, oh, if you take all the fucking strongest and best skills on the Phantom, they have to balance for that situation, because otherwise Phantom would be super OP. But now if you don't take all of the best possible things for Phantom, you're actually just so much weaker than you possibly could be. And then even if you take all the best things, you're still kind of well, you're not kind of but like you're still getting kind of the wrong end of the poop stick on a lot of that. Okay, therefore in this update we have slightly lowered Unstable Memorize's performance. We ask for your understanding separately, since Unstable Memorize's cooldown became longer. Excuse me, and the risk of skill failure increased. We have added a feature of Unstable Memorize that resets its cooldown if it's failed, to be used due to things like attacks from boss monsters to improve the experience of using the skill. Yeah, imagine being in the middle of casting this shit, getting stunned by something or getting sealed by something, and then like the whole thing being on a 6-minute cooldown. Rip. Since range changes in the previous remaster update were very big, we will continue to monitor for a while and continuously make changes. Okay, good shit. Fire Poison, Megiddo Flame, the skill has been changed so that the monster with the highest maximum HP is prioritized only when it is a boss monster. Okay, sure. Monsters that are invincible or cannot be hit will no longer be tracked. Okay. DOT Punisher monsters that are invincible or cannot be hit will no longer be tracked. Okay. Oh, because yeah, that's really bad. Honestly, you know what the extra cool thing would be? That if you start tracking monsters and your character gets blinded or sealed, then they should pause until the blind or sealed is gone, and then they should continue. If that would happen with projectile text, that would be so cool, because there's nothing worse than like, oh my god, I'm nuking this guy, and then you get like blinded and miss, and you're like, fuck. Like all of your damage just evaporates. Oh. Okay, this is just arc things, but I imagine a lot of other classes have something similar. Archmage Chain Lightning. When Chain Lightning hits an enemy, the delay for the damaged skin being output has been changed to be faster. Okay, the delay is faster. Okay, the sound effect while Ice Aura is activated has been removed. Okay. And then Bishop, Holy Fountain, skill will no longer be affected by your own and other character skill transparency. Duration will now be displayed as a buff icon for the Fountain as well. Angel Ray fixing issue where it could hit certain monsters that could not be hit by attacking skills. Okay. You were hitting the blue balls in Damien, what are you doing? Big Bang, the skill now deals 50% increased damage on regular monsters. Oh, they got that mobbing on point. And Holy Blood, the skill description has been changed to be more accurate. After the skill is used, it can no longer be cancelled for 1 second, even if the skill is reused. Okay, so you can accidentally immediate cancel. Alright. Oh, monster second. Sure. Marksman. More accurate. Sniping damage increased from 465% to 480%. Hell yeah. And Hunt sniping damage has increased from 510 to 535, and the damage of the additional hit activated when sniping hits the marked enemy has been increased from 250 to 320. And the additional hit will now be affected by additional bolt and sniping bonus attack. Cool. Green Crossbow Cartridge full burst shot will now prioritize hitting the monster with the highest maximum MP. What? That's probably a typo, right? Probably means HP? If there's a boss monster within range, full burst shots firing location has been slightly changed. Full burst shots damage has been increased from 600 to 750%. That's what I'm talking about. Boom, 25% final damage increase on a repeating crossbow cartridge. Marksman gonna be a bursty boy. We gonna be bursting. Where my marksman at? Marksman represent. Any Marksman? Oh, nobody means that class. Okay. Moving on. Pathfinder. Ancient Bow Booster has been changed for Ancient Bow Acceleration. Amazing. Oh, they forgot that? They forgot that for Pathfinder. Like, we want passive booster too. And Burn One is 220. Does that count? A little bit. 360 bow scopes. Yeah, where's 360 bow scopes at? Was Big Bang really that weak damage from mobbing? I think it's okay. But, you know, the faster you can come online with that, the better, I guess. That or Shadow Leap, the distance movement used on the ground has been decreased. Okay. And then triple throw, quad throw, the skill description has been changed to be more accurate. In previous Adventure Remaster, we added the up jump skill Shadow Leap to Night Lords. For Night Lords, they use Shadow Web for upwards mobility, and it could be linked with Flash Jump after it was used. To keep this experience, we made it so that Shadow Leap could also be linked with Flash Jump. However, in the process of adding Shadow Leap, the upwards movement distance was significantly higher than before, and with the addition of being able to link it with Flash Jump, their mobility increased excessively when compared to before the remaster. Okay. Therefore, we'd like to adjust their mobility by slightly decreasing the upwards movement distance while maintaining the characteristic of being able to link it with the Flash Jump. Alright. Interesting. How can you enable familiar slots? 1 extra slot for 1 badge, and 2 extra slots for 10 badges. Shatterer. Cruel Stab. The lower range has been increased by about 27%. Okay, to get a little bit more hit monsters below you. VC3. Hit all those big boys on the bottom platform. Okay. And then Meso Explosion Enhance. The skill description has been changed to be more accurate. Okay. Let's change the title real quick. Boom. Dual Blade. Nothing. Cool. Buccaneer. Cartridge Skeleton increases final damage by 10%. Oh, shit. It already went from, what was it? 20% chance to get 100% IED to like a flat 40% all the time, I think. To now also just getting another 10% final damage. Serpent Spirits, the max number of stacks of Sea Serpent's Will has been decreased from 5 to 3. The punch's number of hits has been increased from 10 to 14 on Howling Fist. Bro, that's 40%. That's 40% final damage increase on Howling Fist. And 10% final damage overall. So that's a what? A 54% final damage increase on just Howling Fist. Damn. The Serpent Spirit though, what does this one do again? Isn't it something where if you have... The fuck? Where you have like more stacks, wasn't it... Hello? Stop. Hello. Okay, you are on timeout right now. Wasn't it something that would trigger more... What was it called? Serpent. Nice, NT, yeah. Those are the letters I typed. There's some more of them before that though. Wasn't that just triggered the more of it you had, or it lasted longer the more of it you had? Sea Serpent Enrage, Assault, Serpent Spirit. That's the wait, is it? That's not a 5th job, is it? Oh, it was. The Serpent reacts to the scars left by the Sea Serpent. Whenever you attack enemies with the Serpent mark, acquire a 1. You can stack up to 5. Increases critical damage by 5% per Sea Serpent's Will. Oh, so you lose 15%. You lose 10% critical damage. I see. Its will effect has a 10-second duration. If you stack it during the buff, it will be refreshed. Okay. But I mean, I'll take 10% critical... I'll trade 10% critical damage for 10% final damage. Where do I sign? Because as long as you have over 50, 70, 35, 65% final, as long as you have over 65% critical damage, that's always a damage increase, right? I mean, Buck needs less charge up and prep time. Yeah. You hit your max capacity faster, you know? It's kind of like saying, like, the Adele changes from 3 stacks went to 2 stacks. It's like, it's better because you're stacked faster. It's like, Well, kind of, but also it's still a 5% final damage and a 5% IED nerf. Well, not technically 5% final damage, right? But yeah. But the Howling Fist increase is massive. Like, lose 10% critical damage, but Howling Fist gets a 54% final damage increase. Like, that's pretty massive. Because that skill is a 90-second cooldown, right? That's going to be a big burst to your boy. This is pretty much going to be... This is almost at the level equivalent of the Eternally Hungry Beast from Ark. And the burst on orbs, yeah. I think Bucks can be happy with this change. Sounds good. Captain, so that's Corsair. Skill description was changed to be more accurate. Headshot damage decreased from 1185 to 980. That seemed very high. Because it does a lot of damage, too. A lot of lines, too. Isn't it like 14 lines or some shit? Headshot. Oh, 13 times, yeah. And an additional 60% defense ignore and 100% crit rate on it. Pirate style, the stance boost has been changed to a passive, and the reduced evasion rate will now be displayed more accurately. And then bullet party damage increased from 455% to 500% at level 25. Okay. Previous Adventure Remaster tried to increase the Corsair's combat stability and more recent dynamic boss battles by reducing the dependency on and uncertainty of summons and increasing the damage of their own skills. Various changes were made in line with this goal, and among them headshots damage was significantly increased. Okay, but I feel like they made the summons so good and so reliable that therefore he was overperforming, right? The result, using headshot unintentionally became more effective than using 5th job skills, and Captain's combat performance also increased excessively higher than we intended. Therefore, in this update, we have made some adjustments to headshot and bullet party's damage. Oh, do you think it took away from them using bullet party at all because of how good headshot was? Like, if you just ignored bullet party for bossing, because you would have to sacrifice a few headshots, so you would just cancel your bullet party so you could headshot more. Yeah, that's probably not what you want. Although it feels like bullet parties should be something that you either use for mobbing or use it in bossing in certain situations where you need to be able to stay mobile. But yeah, I guess you can also be very mobile while headshot is down. So game should never nerf but rebalance other characters. It's way harder to balance the entire game into the difficulty of one skill of a character than just nerfing a skill to bring it in line with the entire game, though. Because there's like no end in sight. If you can never nerf, then you're never... not only you're never done, but you're going to destroy your game's difficulty, your intended difficulty on your game, I think. Cannon shooter damage increase from 180% on the mini cannonball to 360. Oh, let's just double that one up, okay? And then Oak Barrel Roulette passive critical damage boost has been increased again from 5 to 10. Dude, they changed so much to the Oak Barrel Roulette. It was like final damage, then the critical damage down, then they changed the boost, then they got rid of the cooldown reduction from the Nautilus, then they got more final damage again, then the critical damage went down, now the critical damage went up again. They don't know what they want to do. Then they added like 5% final damage to something else, be like, okay. But I mean, 5% for more crit damage, okay. And then Poolmaker skill has been improved so that the search range for attackable enemies is now affected by the direction the character is facing. Okay. So you could just face the direction in which you want everything to just die. Okay. That's not, like, these are not insane changes, but I think this is, like, good utility. The mini cannonball coming online faster, and the, you know, boost node for that, getting that extra efficiency, and then the extra critical damage along the time. Just... yeah, just those changes, and then in a control environment. Blazing Extinction for... oh, Blaze Wizard early rework? Pause champ? Blazing Extinction number of hits have been increased from 3 to 4. Alright, 33% final damage increase. Blazing Orbital Flame damage has been increased from 655 to 850. Okay. That's almost 200. So that's like almost 30. So like what, 25? What a quarter? Yeah. More than 25% final damage on that. Okay. And then Flame Discharge. What a great word to use. Just ever. The Flame Fox's Foxfire monster tracking time has been increased from 2 seconds to 5. And the Flame Foxfire will now prioritize the boss monster with the highest maximum HP. Okay. Just going to keep this final damage discussion true. Well, when you're talking about like final damage on individual skills, right? Windbreaker. Bow Mastery. This skill now increases final damage by 10%. Oh! You know, if you're trying to make classes, you're gonna try to remake classes, the least you could do is just drop a bunch of final damage on them so they stop complaining until you get the remaster, you know? Shaft break, discharge. Oh god. Oh, those are the 3 worst words to put together. Aquafina, why would you do that? But yeah, so more Wind Archer final damage. Boom. And then Mihail's Soul Assault damage increased from 242 to 285. Okay, another 20% final damage increase. Almost. On their main attack. On top of the increase that they already had. So Mihail is just going to start destroying. And you get 10% final damage. Yeah. Aaron, Polearm Booster has been changed to Acceleration. Snow Charge is a toggle. And Hunters targeting if you change directions while charging. And there are no monsters with higher maximum HP than the original targeted monster, or there are no targetable monster in the changed direction. You will now rush to the first targeted monster. So if you fuck up, you have a safety net on that one. Interesting. Luminous, Morning Starfall. This skill now passively increases damage to boss monsters by 15%. Yo, Mirio, look at this, dude. You're getting 15% final damage in the Tespia? Look at that. Magic Mastery, the critical damage boost has been increased from 15 to 18%. Oh my god. This is a cute Magic Mastery. And Liberation Orb, the active magic sphere's damage boost per excess magic power has been increased from 95% points to 115% points. Dude. The announcement was like, oh, we're gonna have to nerf a bunch of stuff because things are overperforming. I'm seeing a whole lot of buffs. A whole lot of it. Okay. Phantom, Kane Expert, final damage boost has been increased from 25 to 32. How much is that final damage increase, boys? Joker, cooldown has been increased from 150 to 180 to synchronize it with the other skills, and then damage increased from 460 to 700%. Whoo! Okay. That is... Joker is already a pretty strong bursty skill at the 700%. Synchronize, and now it synchronizes perfectly with Domain where they were already using it anyway. 460 to 700, an extra 240. That's more than 50% final damage increase. That's got a 5 mil range. Okay, true. Shade, Advanced Knuckle Mastery final damage boost has been increased from 10 to 16. And this skill will now prioritize hitting the boss monster with the highest maximum HP on Fox Spirits. Okay, so just... minor tweaks. Demon Slayer. This is Chaos Lock, right? Demon Trade. Skill can now be used by combining it with 2 arrow keys. When used with 2 arrow keys, you will search for a target to move to in that direction. Oh, so it's not totally fucking random anymore? You can like zigzag through the map now? If you want to. Extra utility on the teleport. Battle Mage Abyss and Lightning, this skill's effect will no longer appear in story cuts. Oh, Battle Mage. We thought Dual Blade got the worst of it, but Battle Mage actually gets the worst worst change. Blessed, yeah, is that annoying to have it in cutscenes? Oh no, you're talking about Dark, you're talking about the Demon Trace, right? You're a Demon Slayer, I think, right? Blaster. Oh my god, that's a lot of text. Revolving Cannon Upgrade 3. Release Pile Bunkers damage boost has been increased from 120 to 160% points. Pile Bunker. That's Bunker Buster, right? It's like Pile Driver and Bunker Buster at the same time. Bug Transformer is in cutscenes too. Nice. Option to control it is pretty nice utility. Yeah, I think so. Boost when used with 6 or more bullets in the cylinder gauge has been increased from 150 to 200. Shockwave Ace damage boost has been increased from 170 to 225. Okay, so just increased the damage on everything by quite a bit. And then Bunker Buster's special bullets damage has been increased from 355 to 400. I'm really... Blaster as a whole class is like a giant black hole to me because I just don't know how that class performs and how the players are like... perceiving these changes. So if you're a Blaster main, let me know, okay? On how you're doing and if you think that this is gonna help you out. Because this is like passive damage for all the things that exist, I guess. Which might mean also that decent combat orders is gonna make that increase even bigger, right? If it's a 4th job skill, which I assume that it is. They can't type because their fingers fell off? Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Kaiser, Giga Slasher damage has been increased from 330 to 360. Alright. Advanced Will of the Swords damage increased from 400 to 450. Draco Slasher, and the Dragon Energy's damage has been increased from 725 to 700. And Dragon Blaze, the big one, Fire Energy and the Explosion around Kaiser's damage has been increased from 750 to 950. And number of hits increased from 5 to 6. And the Flame damage increased from 500 to 750. Whew! Man, Kaiser's gonna like these changes. There's some big number tweaks, man. That's a big extra damage. Almost 10% on this. Fucking 12.5% on this. Well, more than 10% on this. And this is going from 755 lines, which is what, 3,750%, to 6 times 950% with a 5,700%. That's pretty... That's a lot. Damn. And from what I heard from Kaiser's, this was already like a really nice skill, so that's gonna be hitting even harder. Quite a lot. Damn. Okay. And then what does Cadena get? Quick Service Mine 2. The critical damage boost has been increased from 5% to 10%. Okay. Is this just 5% or is this 5% per debuff or something? That's not that one, right? Cadena skills. Is it the 2? 2? Oh no, it looks like it might just be a passive. Noah went to sleep, I think. He's got to get up super early these days for his internship. Yesterday he had to get up at 5:30 so he could be at work at 8 in like a different city. Call upon you continued. Stacks with the bonuses of Wisdom of Shadows. 30 attack, 5% critical damage, 10% critical rate. Okay. So it's just like a flat... just a flat 5% critical damage. And then Weapon Expert critical damage has been increased from 15 to 18. Okay. So it's like 8 extra percent critical damage. Kind of like spread out. 8% critical damage is still nice. Pepper Point interns? Yeah. It's weird. He had to quit his actual job for his internship for school, but his actual job probably was like higher level and more important than the internship that he has. But he needs to get his degree, so he needs to like take a step back first so he can get his degree so he can move up again. It's a weird situation. Angelic Buster. Okay. Angelic Buster. What did you get? Lyrical Cross is passive. Iron Lotus has been changed to a passive as well, and the effects are now fixed regardless of the power transfer and increases dex by 20. Nice. And Trinity's first hit action delay when it is not linked has been changed to be the same as when it is linked. Ah, and they've removed and they reduced all the delays as well, I think, right? In the rework. Hopefully it gives AB some more utility so they can hop around a little bit more freely. Kind of summons going to be affected by crit damage. Dude, you already have like the only summons that can... Oh no, wait, you can't crit. Who has... Doesn't someone have summons that can crit? Anyone knows what's the most played class in KMS? In KMS? I believe it's Adele, right? 0. Longsword Mastery. The final damage boost will increase from 10 to 16. And Limit Break, the buff will now be protected by buff phasers. Okay, so they're basically getting the shade treatment. Ilium, the skill description has been changed to be more accurate. You can now re-input the skill key to cancel Glory Wings. You cannot cancel Glory Wings for 1 second after casting. Okay. Extra little utility. That's nice. Then, Lara Dragonvein Absorption damage has been increased on all the stuff. Okay. And then Nature's Master damage has been increased on all the stuff. Okay. Best Friend Spirit Sprinkle damage has been increased from 306 to 340. Okay. This one was really weird. Because first they increased it. Then they decreased it by more than they increased it. Then they increased it again to like in the middle. And now they just increased it again to more than they increased it the second time. I was like, okay. Just keep moving it around until you find the right spot. It's only... Yeah, it's only for one of the two. You're right. It's only for the longsword, not for the... What is the other one? The broadsword, right? Not for the broadsword? Oh, I pressed end accidentally. Oh boy, where were we? This song slaps, by the way. A little bit of a sniffle going on. Tangible energy damage has been increased from 1000% to 1200%. Okay. Surging spirit damage increased from 850 to 1020. And then Sun River Mountain, if this is going to be increased as well. Imagine making Lara more burst heavy. What the fuck? Damage has increased from 1400 to 1680%. And explosion damage increased from 1700 to 2040%. Bro. God damn. Lara gonna be bursty. Yeah, no changes. And damage has been increased from 500 to 600% on Winding Ridges. Still no word on the... oh yeah, and Intense Geomancy boosts everything else as well more. Damn. It's a lot of boosting of everything in the kit. I guess to compensate for being squishy. Give please Lara main. Yeah, this is a lot of stuff, dude. Again, this is Tespia, not live yet in KMS, so not 100% confirmed and all that. Keep that in mind. If you look at current KMS DPS charge, he's actually below 0. In DPS? Well, I mean, in DPS, there's no way she's below 0. Depends on how long you DPS for. But then it basically is DPM. Yeah, maybe in DPM, yeah. Below 0 in DPM? Wow, this must be really shit off burst then. Hoyoung, out of sight. This skill has been improved so that Hoyoung skills that do not have an attack feature, except for common skills, will no longer cancel Dark Side. Okay, hopefully some more survivability utility that Hoyoung definitely needs because that iframe is weak sauce. You can now drop the Adventurer's Book. Oh my god, inventory space. Text has been added to Never Suspicion Ring and Awake Ring that state only special scrolls can be used on an item to prevent the misuse of items. Double-clicking any consumable items in bags will now move them from the bag to your inventory. Wow. That is crazy. You can no longer craft, combine, or disassemble items while trade restricted. Cool. Nobody cares. It has been improved so that when you have a two-handed weapon and certain other game weapons equipped, you can now choose to change your cache weapon's motion to the one-handed weapon motions if you want to. Wow, we've come a long way, chat. The option is the bottom left of the equipment window cache tab. You can also preview cache weapons' one-handed weapon motions in the cache shop preview window. Huh. Okay. Affected game weapons: 200 sword, 200 axe, 200 blunt weapons, spear, polearm, crossbows, and gun. Guns are two-handed? The fuck? Affected cache weapons. Cache weapons can be equipped all over all weapons. Cache weapons can also be equipped with a one-handed sword. Actions that apply one-handed weapon motions: standing, walking, jumping, and taking a breath. Imagine taking a breath. Beta cuck. The effect of the platforms in the Spirit Valley Monster Park? Oh, are you falling through them? What the fuck? So since reboot as a whole is trade restricted, does that mean we can't disenchant our drops anymore? Hang on. Wait, what? Well, trade restricted. I think trade restricted is something you get when your account is like pretty new or something. I don't think when... Because in reboot we can still... We're not trade restricted, there's just no option to do it. But our character, like the items are still tradable, and our characters are not trade restricted. There's just no option to enter trade, I think, technically. Imagine not knowing guns are two-handed, typical non-American sheep with no freedom. Yeehaw. Since cache weapons can already be equipped over various game weapons, it is possible to provide the option to view one-handed weapon motions for them. Cache weapons include all sold cache weapons as well as those given through events such as the firing. I try to implement a request from players one of their weapons to not cover their characters as much as possible, but we ask for your understanding that it would be difficult to apply a full conversion to one-handed weapon motion, as the game weapons are currently only able to operate with set motions. So, okay. Maps, don't care. UI, don't really care. Error fixes, skills. This is going to be some very niche stuff that I don't think I care about. Some hero fixes. A lot of small fixes actually. Damn. Fix an issue where sometimes the wrong name would be displayed on the Mystic Door. What the fuck? Whose name would be displayed? Oh, fix an issue where sometimes charge arrow's cooldown was not applied if charge arrow was fired automatically while using retreat shot. God, this skill has never worked properly. Fix an issue where the after image effect did not apply to shadow leap. Okay, this is all like small stuff. Not the Mystic Door. I don't. Sometimes mini cannonball did not charge. Okay, that's probably pretty important. Windwalk will no longer activate special cores. Aww. Demon Frenzy will now be cancelled if you ride a mount while it is active. Oh shit, is that going to be the meta to get out of Demon Frenzy quickly? Is just tap a mount instead? Situation where sometimes Blood Feast would be activated continuously. Okay, we don't need that one. Fix an issue where you could continue to use teleport without a delay after rapid leap in certain maps. Okay, mechanical dash will no longer activate special cores. Fix an issue, dark side. Fix an issue where dark side was cancelled when Chain Art's chase was cancelled. Zero fixing error, Zero's bind effect duration did not apply correctly in certain situations. Okay. After the January 27th update, we changed it so that if critical bind was used on an enemy that was already bound, the critical bind's effect would be added to the existing bind effect that was applied. However, in the last update, noticed there wasn't enough detail for our improvement work, so it was confusing to understand if the maximum time would be guaranteed when using critical bind. First of all, there's a condition that critical binds effect. Oh my god, this is so much text. Bind effect is applied only when the remaining duration of the regular bind is less than 2 seconds, half of critical bind's bind duration. Critical bind is usually used after maintaining other bind effects for as long as possible to maximize its effectiveness, so this condition did not have a significant effect. In January 27th update, while maintaining the above condition, we changed it so that if the remaining bind effect was shorter than 2 seconds, then critical bind would be applied with a duration of 4 seconds no matter when it was used. For example, if a normal bind effect with a duration of 10 seconds was applied, and critical bind was used after 9 seconds passed. Previously, the original effect was 9 seconds plus critical bind's effect of 4 seconds with total bind of 13 seconds. Yeah. After the change, after the full 10 seconds duration, critical bind's effect of 4 seconds would be added for a total bind of 14. Oh, however, during this change, we discovered an additional error and fixed it where if critical bind was used when the remaining bind duration was exactly 2 seconds, it would not add those 2 extra seconds. God. Okay. We sincerely apologize for not being able to fully explain these details, and we have also changed the skill description to be more accurate. Okay. So, in the end, it did matter. In the end, we got longer binds out of it for Zero. What I say for Dual Blade, they arranged the skills differently in the UI. That's all that happened for Dual Blades. Hoyoung fixed an issue where Sage Teachings Dream Garden, where in certain actions, cache items, and hair color were output awkwardly or not changed to black and white. Okay. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. So really quickly after the balance changes, again, a lot of stuff. Because they did change a lot, so they're very closely monitoring the performance of classes. And, you know, there's something with Tespia versus giving it to the grander public. People are gonna figure some stuff out, like finding out for the Corsair, for example, that now your 5th job skill is kind of useless, and you just spam another skill that, like a 3rd or 4th job skill, that just like outdamage your 5th job skill now. That wasn't intended, so they're like tweaking around that stuff. But in general, it seems like they've still are gradually buffing a lot of stuff to bring it in line with the new explorers. The Buccaneer changes seem pretty cool. Marksman getting some nice extra burst there. But overall, no scary nerfs from what I see. Beholder Impact almost doubling in damage. See some, well, probably actually boss damage boosts. Yeah, a lot of stuff. So, yeah. Let me know what you guys think about the Ethernal equipment and the new requirements. If it's 15 on the pieces, that'd be pretty nice. 5% IED top and bottom is a total fucking joke, in my opinion. Poor KMS. I mean, at least we have familiars and we have the Superior Golic set, right? Imagine trying to get enough IED for 390% PDR Saren without those pieces. Oof. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I think the soul is pretty cool. And what you're excited for. So 1 more week, and then we'll get the update of this, the finalized version of this, and then this will go into the KMS live server, and we'll see the new area, we'll see Kalos, and we'll see nobody in KMS clearing it for months, maybe even for a year, because the sacred power requirements are crazy. But we'll see people testing the boss, and we'll probably see more, maybe see more of that during the test timer as well. And people actually practicing the boss, and some really strong people going in there and probably getting rolled in the beginning. And we'll be able to follow their progress and then take all of their advice of all of their achievements and then immediately apply that when the boss comes out for us and know whether it's worth our time or not. So yeah, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you in a week when we get that finalization. Thanks for watching. Bye.